Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Marilyn Jackson, CEO and President of the Muhammad Ali Center. Thank you for joining me for the 6th Annual Muhammad Ali Festival. 6 years ago, Muhammad passed, and the Louisville community came together in an unprecedented show of unity, love, and celebration. It is in that spirit that we plan the Ali Festival each year to remember the unity and community that he left behind for Louisville, the nation, and the world. Since the very first Ali Festival, Muhammad's legacy has continued to grow, and his voice is perhaps needed now more than ever. As heavyweight champion, cultural icon, global humanitarian, civil rights activist, and a UN messenger of peace, Muhammad has great name recognition and popularity with people around the globe. He achieved so much in his lifetime and has been an inspiration to millions, and I mean millions of people. Yet, there has never been a United States Muhammad Ali postage stamp. According to the U.S. Postal Service, commemorative stamps show the depth and breadth of American culture. They honor our heroes, they celebrate our achievements, and they reflect our national identity. And Muhammad once said, "I should be a postage stamp because that's the only way I'll ever get licked." Well, Muhammad, today, the Muhammad Ali Center, with the support of Mayor Greg Fisher, our board member Peter Villegas, and many others, we are here to announce that we have started the process to get the champ a stamp. We are grateful for Mayor Greg Fisher's role in this public awareness campaign, and the mayor is joining us today virtually, where he's attending the U.S. Conference of Mayors 90th Annual Meeting in Reno, Nevada. So welcome, Mayor Greg Fisher.
Well, thank you so much, Marilyn. It's great to join you all from Reno here. I'm joined by Peter Villegas over here, board member of the Ali Center, and the great Sylvester Turner, the mayor of Houston, who we'll be hearing from in a second as well. So it was 6 years ago today where we mourned the passing and celebrated the life of the greatest Louisvillian, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad's values of hard work, conviction, and compassion helped him become a true global icon. And as a boxer, he became the greatest, although his most lasting victories happened outside of the ring. He leveraged his fame as a platform to promote peace, justice, and humanitarian efforts around the world, while always keeping strong ties to his hometown, the great city of Louisville, Kentucky. 6 years ago today, we also committed to continuing his fight to spread love and to spread hope. And that's why I'm excited here in Reno, Nevada, where we're having our summer meeting of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, to sponsor a USCM resolution and issuing a postage stamp to honor the champ. The U.S. Postal Service stamp program honors and commemorates extraordinary individuals who have contributed to American society, history, culture, and environment. And Muhammad Ali, let me emphasize that, more than meets the criteria for being placed on a U.S. postage stamp. It is overdue. Muhammad clearly has contributed to American society, history, and culture as a singular and renowned figure who transcended sports as a champion of civil rights, peace, activism, freedom of thought and faith, global influence, and humanitarianism. As an athlete, Muhammad left Louisville as Cassius Clay in 1960, Central High School graduate, flew off to Rome, Italy, came back as the 1960 Olympic light heavyweight boxing gold medalist, then became three-time heavyweight champion of the world, and of course, Sports Illustrated's athlete of the 20th century. As a humanitarian, Muhammad fought against injustices for many disadvantaged groups of all backgrounds. If anybody needed help, Muhammad was the first one to show up. And as a world figure, Ali utilized his fame and influence to promote social change for the improvement of lives of all people. As a thinker and a doer, Muhammad promoted confidence, dedication, respect, and love for all people. And as a role model, Muhammad left us with lessons that packed pathos, humor, and truth. He was a quote machine, and he left many good words such as the following: "A man who has no imagination has no wings." Another one: "He who is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life." And another: "I wish people would love everybody else the way they love me. It truly would be a better world." And it was Muhammad Ali who also presciently once said, as Marilyn said, "I should be a postage stamp. That's the only way that I'll ever get licked." So let's get the champ a stamp to honor the late Muhammad Ali, whose contributions to our nation and our world will forever be a part of our history, and a reminder that even since his passing, he will never be late. We need Muhammad's message of spirit, of peace, of resolve, of resilience, strength, achievement, courage, faith, humor, and so much more. His face on a stamp will carry those timely and timeless messages forever, as they say in the world of postage stamps. I'm confident that the mayors of America will support this resolution for the champ when it's voted on this coming Monday. I'm now proud to introduce Mayor Sylvester Turner, trustee of the U.S. Conference of Mayors and immediate past president of the African American Mayors Association. Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor Fisher. And let me just say that I'm honored to be standing with you, to be standing with Peter and with the Muhammad Ali Center on this very, very important occasion. Look, as I was listening to you, I can't think of another personality who was a champion inside the boxing ring, the greatest, a champion, and then someone who has been a champion outside of the boxing ring. In fact, Muhammad Ali became even more loving and more endearing, even outside of the ring when he finished boxing. Like myself and so many others, we grew up being inspired by him. He was number one, a terrific athlete. He was the champion. But number two, a humanitarian. Thirdly, someone who was very principled. He was willing to stand up for his convictions. He was willing to pay the price for his convictions. And he stayed the course. And over a period of time, not just Americans, but people all around the globe came to respect him and admire him and were inspired by him. The very fact that a postage stamp does not exist with his name and face on it, I think will do a disservice, not only to this generation, but to generations to come. And so as the former president of the African American Mayors Association, still currently a part of the executive committee, as a mayor of the city of Houston, look, I am honored to join with you, Mayor Fisher, with Muhammad Ali Center, with Peter and so many, many others, in encouraging the Post Commission to move forward and to honor not just Muhammad Ali, but to honor what he stood for and to make sure that his legacy lives on for generations and generations to come. I look forward on Monday to voting for this resolution, and I look forward to, on behalf of the African American Mayors Association, joining with you and with others to make sure that this happens as we move forward. So thank you so very much.
Thank you, Mayor. We're now going to hear from Peter Villegas. Peter is the chairman of the California Boxing Commission, lifelong fan and supporter of Muhammad's, and also a wonderful member of the Muhammad Ali Center Board. Peter?
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, everyone, especially in Louisville. It's great to be here by two champs already representing Houston and Louisville. Thank you for being with us. I have become a new board member in the start of this year at the Muhammad Ali Center. And the champ has always been my longtime hero and has made a tremendous impact on my life in various ways. My wife and I even named our daughter Ali. One of the first things I wanted to do as a board member is to pay my rent and give back and help future generations feel the impact that we have felt by the champ. And by working with everyone here, we are committed to get the champ a stamp. As a sports icon, he shook up the world in the boxing ring with his quick feet and even quicker mouth. The Louisville Lip dedicated his life to universal human rights to help everyone across the world. Acknowledged as one of the most famous faces across the globe, even after his athletic prime, Muhammad Ali is one of the most beloved human beings on the planet. Muhammad Ali proved that one person can change the world. The process for submitting, reviewing, and selecting individuals for the U.S. postal stamps takes some time, usually up to 3 years. So we need you, everybody across the world, to keep the excitement going and asking all of you to help us. What can you do? The first thing you need to know is that the social media hashtag, starting today, you will be seeing hashtag get the champ a stamp. So please share it, please pass it, please tell your stories, please speak to how the champ impacted you. We also appreciate everyone's own postage using this hashtags with pictures that you think should be considered for the Muhammad Ali stamp. While the decision about the images appear on the stamp is made up by the U.S. Postal Service, the more suggestions we see on social media, the more that we'll be able to choose from. You can also write letters of support. Thank you for the mayors and the resolutions they'll be submitting on Monday. I predict, like the champ, that it will pass. Finally, you can go to the Muhammad Ali Center's retail store starting today to buy your own Get the Champ a Stamp t-shirt. And you'll be able to do that online in the near future. Now, I have the privilege of introducing our new speaker. I don't know what I could say except for that in the ring, Muhammad Ali had one of the greatest corners behind him, by him, to advise him, to guide him, to support him. And outside the ring, he has one of the greatest corners doing the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce Lonnie Ali.
You know, I first have to thank Mayor Fisher for his unwavering support, Marilyn Jackson, our new CEO, who is just fabulous, and Peter for his dedication and passion for Muhammad and everything Ali, and to the Mayor of Houston, Mayor Turner, for joining us this morning all the way from Reno. Muhammad has history in Houston, as you know, Mayor. So thank you for being there. I know Muhammad would be over the moon just at the thought of seeing his handsome face on a U.S. postal stamp. And you have to admit that Muhammad would always take an opportunity to remind you that he was pretty. And the city of Louisville and the state of Kentucky really meant a lot to Muhammad. And Muhammad loved his country and every person in it. And even though he was extremely recognizable and endearing to people far and wide, he was always humbled when someone wanted his autograph or to take a picture with him. A fan would come up and ask for a photo, or to be able to share a personal story with them. And while we understand there are many steps to go for us to get through the U.S. Postal Service process to get this stamp and to realize our dream, we have to be patient. It's probably going to take a couple of years. But in the meantime, please know that when it happens, Muhammad would want each of you to buy all of those stamps up, so they have to print more, and do something good with them. Send a note to a good friend, or send out a letter to your grandmother or to your mother. I know we use email, but Muhammad would want you to be using his stamps. Or send out a wedding announcement or a birth announcement that would really make him happy. Muhammad once said, when it comes to love, compassion, and other feelings of the heart, I am rich. So thank you to all of you who would like to help with our public awareness campaign for Muhammad's stamp. I know he would be really, really happy. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Before I open the floor to questions, I just want to remind everyone that the Ali Center has curated a host of community events for the next week. You still have time today to go to Cave Hill for Roses in Remembrance. You can receive a long stem rose to lay to Muhammad's grave. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. That'll be open and up today until 3 p.m. Tonight, we have an open gym night at TKO Boxing from 6:30 to 8:30. That is a free event. Bring your kids. It's a family-friendly event. On Sunday is Family Day from noon to 5. Kids 12 and under are free, and there'll be music and face painting and screenings of City of Ali, the film, and we also have a vendors marketplace. And then next week, there's a couple service projects. There's both the blood drive that we're partnering with the Red Cross on, and the Greatest Give Back that we're partnering with United Way of Louisville on. So please go to our website, olicenter.org, for a full list of activities. And now we can take questions if there are any.
So is this a nationwide thing, or is it just? I'm so sorry, thank you. So is this a nationwide thing, or is this just strictly for Louisville?
No, it's nationwide. It's global.
Okay, so how does this differ from, because I could have sworn in New York they had like a series of stamps like for Black History Month and whatnot, and Muhammad was one of the figures who had a stamp. How does it differ?
He's never had a stamp.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's never been a U.S. postal stamp for Muhammad Ali. There's been other countries that have issued stamps in his likeness, but not the United States.
Gotcha, thank you.
Hello, could you take us through the process, how an image might be selected for a stamp?
Peter, do you want to take that one? Or you want me to take it? Did you hear? So right now, we have an application into the U.S. Postal Service. They're considering it, and then they decide on what the image is, and they might hire an artist to create an image. They may use a photograph of him, but it's really up to this Citizens Advisory Board to make the final decision on what the image will be on the stamp. But we hope, Mhm. Sure, go ahead.
That's why we want people to engage in this campaign to recommend images that they feel should be considered. But at the end of the day, the U.S. Postal Service will determine which one is appropriate to use.
Could you just take us through the voting process? What is that going to look like, and how many votes will be needed in order to pass?
Well, it's really, there's a citizens committee that makes this decision. What we're trying to do is create awareness for the campaign and just to, collect images of Muhammad Ali. I mean, there's a lot of images out there of him, but there may be images that people have never used. There may be artistic images. So we just want to see what the public thinks of the different images that are submitted through the social media campaign. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I think that ends our conference.